He maketh me to lie down in the green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me to the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Ye thought I walked through the valley of the shadow of death. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Amen.
On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. To the old rugged cross I will ever be true. Its shame and reproach gladly bear. Then he'll call me someday to my home far away, where his glory forever I'll share. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown.
Brother Tim Hooker was born on September 11th, 1948, here in Jacksonville, Florida, and went home to be with his Lord on December 3rd, 2021. He and his family moved from Jacksonville to Orlando in 1969, where he attended First Baptist Church. There he met his future wife, Miss Nancy. They have one daughter, Angela White, Michelle White, and three grandchildren, Jordan, Eleanor, and Edith. One of Tim's favorite pastimes was riding his 21-speed three-wheeled bicycle through the neighborhood. Tim always enjoyed talking with everyone he saw. He never met a stranger. Another love of Tim's was singing in the senior choir, the quartet at Fort Carolina Baptist Church. Tim always had a smile on his face, as he loved everyone he knew, and he loved everyone he met. He was always happy and positive all the time, even until the day the Lord called him home. Tim's favorite Bible verse is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5. I will never leave you nor forsake you.
I'm Angela, my dad's daughter, and just to warn you guys, I'm a talker like he is, so there's going to be lots of stories. First of all, a lot of you guys didn't know him when he was younger, lived in Orlando, and maybe didn't know our extended family, so that hymn, The Old Rugged Cross, has a lot of meaning for our family. It was the first hymn my grandfather taught me, and that I learned. And then he was one of my dad's favorites, just so you know. So, my dad, if I could use only one word to describe him, it would be love. My dad was a very loving person in general. He loved many things and many people, tried his hardest to love life, even with its difficulties. He loved his family, first and foremost. He worshiped the ground that my mom walked on. He loved me with a kind of fierce gentleness. He loved his parents and brother with deepest loyalty. He loved my mom's family as if they were his own. He looked past wrongs done to him by others and loved them anyway. My dad, much like me, loved food. One of his favorites was breakfast. When I was in elementary school, my dad would take me to Clarky's, which is a mom and pop restaurant in Orlando. Probably a lot of you guys don't know about it, being in Jacksonville. We'd go for breakfast like every other Saturday or so. I still remember what he ordered because it never changed. 2 eggs over easy, 2 strips of bacon, toast, grits, and coffee every time. Never tried anything new. And of course, anyone who has ever eaten with my dad knows his deep and abiding love of ketchup. He really should have owned stock in Heinz or Hunt's because he ate that much. In fact, insert first story, I had found this wonderful steak at Carrabba's, mushroom marsala steak. It had mushroom and marsala sauce. It was amazing. And I took my mom and dad one time, and I thought, I found a steak that my dad will not eat ketchup on. It was so good. So I got it, and I said, you have to eat one piece without ketchup. And he did, and I waited for his reaction, and he looked at me and he goes, Angie, I want some ketchup. And I said, okay, I give up. You're just never gonna eat a steak without ketchup. So my dad loved people, anyone. He had no qualms about talking to strangers. He was the opposite of social anxiety, whatever that is. Often we would go to Fashion Square Mall in Orlando, and my mom and I would go shopping, you know, how us women like to do. And my dad would sit on a bench. He was not a big shopper. We would come back, and he would introduce us to his benchmate that he seemingly had learned everything about and had told his life story. And that was a regular occurrence. So, as was mentioned, he loved to sing. His favorite music was the oldies, which by that I mean 50s and 60s. In fact, every day he took me to school and he picked me up, and we would listen to Cool 105.9 in Orlando, and he could sing every song, every word. He knew who it was before the DJ said who it was. He would quiz me. So thanks to him, I have a library of 50s and 60s music stuck in my head that I could probably sing almost every one. In fact, one of my last memories with him at the Cove, we were singing karaoke to Elvis and to the Beatles and dancing. So that was one of the last times I got to see him. My dad also loved stories, especially about his younger years. He always told them same way, same words. In fact, raise your hand if you've heard about Teddy, his childhood dog. How many of you have heard about Teddy, his childhood dog? And it went something like this. We had a German Shepherd when I was growing up, and his name was Teddy. I got him when I was 3, and he died when I was 17. You talk about a party. If that sounds familiar to any of you, that was always his story. Now, my dad changed a lot, obviously, when he had dementia. But I will say that actually, I think in the very beginning, that was my favorite version of my dad, because he was himself, 100%. He was not worried about what anybody thought of him. We were in a Cuban cafe here called Bongos, and they had live music playing, and my family was with me too. And he was just bopping along to the music, and he didn't know what the songs were. He was trying to sing them. And he wasn't embarrassed. He didn't care what anybody thought. And he just was having like the greatest time. And so in some ways, dementia kind of freed him to get to be himself and not worry about what anybody thought. So that was actually a little silver lining there. But ultimately, he gave love and smiles to everyone he met. And I thank him for being that way.